Yo, what up, man? Chris, am I checking back in, man? Back with a blog, man. Make sure that like button and subscribe button your way, and I appreciate all the support, man. Back with a Van Chronicle. I'm in Oklahoma City right now, man. Shout out to everybody in Oklahoma City. That's where I'm at right now, just chilling, making my way back across the country. You know, I was in El Paso. Now they moved up a little bit into Oklahoma City, so I'm just making my way across. Hope you guys is having a good weekend. So I caught this Smack interview, and he was basically talking about kings and queens. Shout out to Jay Black. He got the Smack interview. Smack was talking a lot of interesting stuff throughout the interview, but I want to play something that he said, and then we're going to get back and talk to it. Because I'm going to tell you why URL and Kings and URL should have never done any more Kings versus Queens. And I'm going to tell you the mistake that they made in doing Kings versus Queens. So let me play this for you real quick.
In terms of the way people are, kind of going at it. And I think the question that they have in their minds, and especially my comment section, is why combine Kings versus Queens to that time? They kind of want both. I'm not kicking either two. I want Summer Madness to be this, and I want Kings and Queens to be what it is. I feel like nobody really have a problem with Kings versus Queens if it wasn't Summer Madness attached to it.
Right.
So why
I mean, I just feel like it's the timing and the scheduling. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is with me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I just felt that it was necessary for me to incorporate the female in the culture around this time of the year, just so, you know what I'm saying, they won't get left behind and not make, you know what I'm saying, their appearance on the URLTV.tv, itinerary. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? I got a great deal of respect for, you know what I'm saying, the female battle rap, and it's just like, you know what I'm saying, it just made sense for me to just basically combine both imprints into this one thing. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, the battles on the card is definitely dope, and they some of the biggest battles in the culture right now, hands down.
Okay.
Tay-Rock
versus Jazz.
Hold on. Let me just stop right there. Hold on. Bear with me. All right, what Smack said was half truths. I mean, if we keeping it real, one of the reasons why Kings versus Queens became Summer Madness, a lot of what he said was true. He want to incorporate the women. He want to give women plates. But let's just keep it real. It's just a cheaper card. That's really what it is at the end of the day. Y'all are on budget cuts, and it's just a cheaper card. If you book Tay-Rock and you put him on Summer Madness and you have him battle any established guy, like say it was Big K or Easy to Block Captain or anybody like that, you're probably going to have to pay Tay-Rock probably close to $30,000 just to battle on Summer Madness. But if you put him against Jazz, he'll probably take a 20 piece or something like that. Jazz will take maybe a 10 piece, and then the whole entire battle might only be a $30,000 battle. So a lot of the reason is because it is a cheaper card. Another part is a lot of females behind the scenes were really complaining because they felt like, yo, we not fucking getting booked. You're not booking us. If you listen to Jazz vs. Coffee, one of her first opening bars is, we are not getting booked. It's been a long time since I've been on Smack. I think that was a direct shot at Smack saying, yo, I haven't been booked. I had to go battle Big K on Chrome. I had to go battle overseas versus whoever she battled. I can't remember the dude's name. I haven't been on URL. Hustle was being fast-tracked to Wody. She was on every card. She battled Arsenal. She battled Tay-Rock. She battled all these, My Verse, all of these people on URL. And everybody else looking like, yo, what the fuck about us? You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of people felt that there was some favoritism going on. Maybe, URL is managing, Beasley is managing Hustle. That was a rumor going around. People was wondering, was she being rewarded because she was coming at Rim? And they had issues with Rim and Easy. Was she being rewarded as one of the holding down URL kind of people publicly versus Easy? So people didn't understand why she was getting on so many cards. So some of what Smack says is true, and some of it is just like, yo, it's just a cheaper card at the end of the day. Kings and Queens was a good event when it started out. I'm not gonna lie, they had a lot of the heavy hitters on there, and it was a good thing, but it has kind of worn its course now. I think this is like the 4th or 5th installment of it, and one of the problems, they keep using the same people. The same Charlie Clips, DNA, Tay-Rock, Sue Surf when he was out, Rum Nitty, John the Don, Twerk. People like that. They keep using the same people. As far as the women, it's KCJ, it's Official, it's Hustle, it's 40 Bars, It was Yoshi when she was on URL. It's Jazz the Rapper. It's Vixen the Assassin. It's the same females. The problem is the name. I keep telling y'all that the problem is the marketing of the name. If you say we're doing kings versus queens, then you have to book a king and you have to book a queen. And everybody isn't labeled a king or a queen. For instance, like someone that might be good on the card, let me just throw a name out there. A nigga like Mike P when he was on URL. There's some people that he could probably battle, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later in this blog. But is Mike P technically a king? No, he's not Tay-Rock. He's not Charlie Clips. So when you think about, yo, let me go find a king for the card, you don't really think about a lot of mid-tier battle rappers that could probably do pretty well on this card. And that's why a lot of people don't really make these kind of cards. You don't see Danny Myers. You saw Jack Boy Maine one time only because of the First Lady Flame shit. But you don't see a lot of people. You keep seeing the same names and the same females. You don't see any up-and-coming females, any mid-tier to up-and-coming guys. The problem is the name. Same with the queens. Who are you gonna get and label them as a queen that's not really a queen? You know what I'm saying? So that's another issue with the card as well. You can't get any of these up and coming females that's doing their thing and say, okay, now you are on the kings and queens card as a URL queen. Once I label you like that, then I have to pay you like that. And once I establish you as a king, then I cannot go back and paying you as a mid-tier battle rapper because I said you were a king. So the marketing is the first mistake. If you market it as like, you know, women versus men or fucking whatever you want to, you know, testosterone versus estrogen, whatever the fuck you want to say that make it up, then you can do any kind of male and any kind of female. It's not labeled any particular way. So that's the first thing. Then we look at the card. Let's just go over the card real quick. You got T-Top and Official. On paper, not a bad battle, but T-Top and Official were both NWX. So it doesn't have any spice to it. They were cool at one time. They was in the same crew. All right, cool. Jazz the Rapper, Tay-Rock. They're both cool. You know what I'm saying? There's no animosity there. We just saw Tay-Rock battle Hustle last year, and we thought that was a grudge match, and then we found out that Hustle actually, and Tay-Rock actually made up after the whole tranny shit that she was accusing him of like a couple years ago. They made up behind the scenes, and that ended up being more of a friendly battle than it normally would have been. Geechee Gotti and Hustle, they're both EFB. So yeah, they're talking like it's going to be crazy. I saw an interview with Geechee on Black Compass where he said because of the Marv 1 battle, he was going to give his all in the Hustle battle and the Hitman battle to make up. But we got to see it to believe it. I don't know. Hustle could actually win that battle. Rum Nitty and Vixen the Assassin. Vixen is cool, but I don't think her stock is high. And she just battled Official, but I don't think she did enough to really bring her stock back up. I know this battle was supposed to be KCJ, and that fell through, and Vixen is replacing it. But okay, cool. 40 bars and Twerk. On paper, this would be a good battle, but 40 got too many battles. She got Av coming up. She got, I think, Swamp coming up. The Twerk battle coming up. I think she also got Chef Trez. I don't know. I'm seeing like a bunch of flyers with her name on it. So coming off the Sharon battle, this is a bad look for her. Nobody's excited about this battle because she has too much shit on her plate. And John and Coffee. Now, to me, this is the best battle on the card. John and Coffee, the best battle on the card. I feel like this is a typical battle where I'm like, okay, this makes sense. There is no real relationship between these two where I see that they couldn't be on the card. And it's a good battle. That's one battle out of 6, bro. So all the other battles, yeah, on paper, you like, wow, Jazz on the card, Geechee on the card, Hustle on the card, Tay-Rock on the card. On paper, it has good names. The matchups are wrong. Let me tell you how they could have fixed this card. And this is the problem with the name. They could have fixed this card if they just got grudge matches that are within the culture that are between men and women. First of all, I mentioned Mike P earlier. Mike P told Hustle she had a ghostwriter. Mike P told Hustle that he had proof and he had emails and he had all this stuff and he did his whole video. Hustle, who are you fucking? He did his whole video. You could have did Mike P versus Hustle on Kings and Queens and it would have been entertaining. It would have been at least some drama. It would have been a crazy way to do a trailer. A face-off would have been crazy, real disrespectful. You could have done that. And what that would have done was it would have gave you like, oh, okay, this is a real battle right here. These two people that don't like each other, and Mike P is talented enough to win, and Hustle is talented enough to win. But you would have to first make up with Mike P. That's the first problem. That's why I always be saying fuck these politics. The second thing is you would have to treat Mike P like a king in order to see him as a person who could even be on Kings and Queens. So that would be the first problem. Another slight undercard battle that would have been like the 6th battle on the card. Remember when Rock Lee and Snake Eyes was in the house and she was trying to say Snake Eyes was, almost sexually assaulting her, harassing her, and he was being a nut-ass freak bull in the house and doing all this crazy stuff, and him and Bad News got into a fight and all this kind of stuff. It was because he was harassing the women. Why not Rock Lee versus Snake Eyes as a 6th battle on the card? I want to see them have a conversation. I want to see him talk that shit like, yo, I wasn't doing I wasn't doing all that. I would not mind having that conversation. If you made up with Easy, you could actually put Easy on this card, but you got to make up with them and you got to fix these relationships. You could have done Easy in 40, because they've been talking crazy shit. You could have done Easy in Hustle, because they've been talking crazy shit. These are battles that you could have done that probably would have been decent. You could have switched matchups and put battles together that you normally wouldn't see. Instead of doing Jazz versus Tay-Rock, why don't you take Tay-Rock out and why don't you put Danny Myers here? Jazz versus Danny Myers, to me, is a more interesting battle. Another battle that they could have done, I wouldn't mind having the Pimp talk to the Queen of OnlyFans for battle rap. I would not mind having the Pimp talk to the Queen of OnlyFans. Who am I talking about? Serious Jones, right? Versus Yoshi. Yoshi talk about how she could have been one of the best-selling chicks he ever had if he had her in the stable. And Serious Jones could have been like, you don't need to be on OnlyFans. I need to still have you on the ad, making that money. I would not mind having a Pimp talk to a chick that is sexually explicit online and is on OnlyFans. That's a decent conversation for me that they could talk about. He a pimp. I expect Serious Jones to have some slick shit to say to Yoshi. So right there, you got Serious Jones, Yoshi, Snake Eyes, and Rock Lee. You got Jazz and Danny possibly, and you got Mike P and Hustle. And you still could have done Rum Nitty and Vixen the Assassin. You still could have done John and Coffee. And you still could have done maybe Twerking 40. You still could have done them battles and mixed them in, and it still would have been an interesting card. But the trailer could have had some more flavor to it. And that's what I'm saying. URL, you got to think outside the box when you're doing events like this. The reason why people are not excited about it is, one, are everybody cool on the card? Everybody is friends. Everybody's either friends or they're battling too fucking much. So I don't know, maybe I should have put stipulations to where you couldn't take another battle, but you have to mix stuff up. But you're unwilling to mix stuff up because of the name. When you think of Kings, the first thing you think of, let's just call Tay-Rock, and let's just call Rum Nitty and Geechee Gotti and John the Don and all these kind of people. Like, let other people have that kind of conversation. I wouldn't mind Swamp being on this card, to keep it real with you, having a conversation with some of these females. A Swamp versus Jazz is an interesting battle. It's a battle that I'm not thinking would ever happen. I'm not thinking I'm gonna wake up and see a flyer with Swamp and Jazz on there. But Tay-Rock and Jazz is like, it's cool. It's cool. It ain't nothing crazy. It's cool. So I feel like URL gotta start thinking outside the box and doing some different kind of stuff. And even having some of these young guys battle a female or whatever. I know they not kings, but even an up and coming young guy having an opportunity. That's the problem with Kings and Queens. After this event right here, which I'm going to support it because I'm a battle rap fan, so I want y'all niggas to succeed and do well, scrap this whole event, bro. Don't ever do this event again. Don't ever do this event ever again in your fucking life. Do this event again, because until you start putting different guys on here and different females, you don't need to keep putting the same chicks and the same dudes and just redoing. I mean, what, next time you're going to have Vixen versus Twerk? Like, stop just mixing and matching the names again. If you're not gonna think outside the box and put some different people due to the title of the actual card, don't do the card no more. Don't do the card no more. Simple as that. And that's why people are not excited. And I don't know, man. I try to give y'all niggas advice, man. I don't know. You know, I got a small fee. $49.99 a month, man. Y'all niggas can call me. I can give y'all advice on how to run these cars, man, and think outside the box and come up with some different matchups. Y'all just plugging and playing just to do X, Y, and Z. You don't really need to do that. You do not really need to do that. You could have brought Big K over here and let her punch on official, but instead you do T-Top and official. They two NWX people. It just, y'all could have done some different kind of stuff. That's all I'm saying. Y'all could have done some different kind of stuff, different kind of matchups. You know what I'm saying? And I think the culture probably would have fucked with it a little bit more. But we gonna support, you know what I'm saying? This is what we do. We gonna support. We gonna kumbaya. We gonna come together. But just think about this moving forward, man. And this is how you fix Kings vs. Queens. Just don't even do this shit no more. Unless you're gonna change the names and all this kind of stuff. No more Kings vs. Queens. It was cool at first, but I see now y'all keep using the same chicks, the same dudes. We good on that. I don't even think the men really take the event serious enough already, if I'm keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like the most competitive battle would probably be John and Coffee. I mean, Jazz and them, they want to win. Don't get it fucked up. The women want to win, but I don't know how much the guys take it. Will T-Top want to be personal with Official because Official was on NWX? We don't know. We don't know. And that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. Chris, I'm biased. Holla at your boy.